Hello and welcome back to the stubzcast. Sorry, it's been a while. I've had some issues, etc., but now we're back. If you want to check out a good gaming website, please check out www.bg4ghub.com. And if you'd like a cool graphic like mine, and also the overlay that has been made is also been made by the same person, the graphic god, please go to www.xboxgamerpics.com. This week we have a PTK Blam from the Shot podcast that's just hit 200 episodes. How you doing, mate? And congratulations.
Awesome. I am doing fantastic. Everybody in the chat, what's going on, man? Finally here on the stubzcast. It's been a long time in the making, but 200 just yesterday. It's amazing. We feel good. We had a great time on the show. You've been on the show, Stubbs.
It's a good show.
Fan. I've always been a fan of your show as well, man. So I'm just happy to be here. So we're going to rock out. We're going to have a good time today, everybody. So, you guys make sure you do the damn thing in the chat. But appreciate you, Stubbs.
Thanks. No, it was a good show. I gave it a listen. You gave out quite a few prizes, which was really cool.
Yeah.
To say that was. Yeah, it was really good. There was Pong So on Stagger, yourself, and Fuzzy Belvedere, weren't it?
Yeah, Fuzzy Belvedere. Yeah.
Yeah, he got a cool crew there, and Centurion, but he couldn't make it.
Yeah. Shout out to Centurion, man. So he couldn't make it last night, but yeah,
he's on midweek. He's on midweek gaming on Wednesday. People, he's on my show. I got him on.
Nice.
But I'll just do a few shout outs first. Welcome back from the dead. Welcome Masuku. Who else we got? Da Blue One. Welcome. Pong Soul, how you doing?
What's up,
Pong Soul. Good to see you. I mean, he's driving, but he's out at shopping and driving. He said,
"Nice. Be safe, man."
Yeah. So, how did you get into gaming? Was it like, I know it's a generic question, but is it like most people when you were a little kid? That kind of.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty generic story. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's pretty vanilla. Like, you get video games when you're young. My first experience was actually it was a ColecoVision. My cousin had a Coleco. Cool. My cousin had a ColecoVision, and I didn't know it had that long controller with the wire with the phone cord and the knob and the phone buttons, and it was so exotic. But we enjoyed that. That was my first experience, and then obviously after that. Nintendo, Joe Montana football, then Sega after that. I was always a Sega kid, though. I grew up.
Sega Genesis then.
Yeah, once I got to Sega Genesis, that it was all Sega right up until probably Nintendo 64 came out. And then I went back to Nintendo, and then, so that's kind of where I got my start at, though. But I was always a Sega kid. Shout out to everybody that's a Sega kid in the chat.
Yeah,
let me know.
I'm also a Sega guy as well. I've got we call them Sega Mega CD here.
Yeah.
Sega Mega Drive.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, I've got every game you could ever think about. I've got a cartridge. I've got the cartridge with them all on.
Oh wow. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. You can buy them quite easily.
Yeah,
I don't feel bad because you can't buy them games anymore. So,
no, they're historic. I mean, there's a collector's pieces.
Yeah, but no, but I still buy some of them if I can find cheap enough. It's nice to put on the shelf. It is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't own any though. Unfortunately, I'm not a big historian of video games. I love to talk about them, but I'm not a big historian to be honest.
Oh, okay. Were you into? Because a lot of people say they liked it, but a lot of people say, "Oh no, I don't like it." Did you like Sega Sonic, the first one?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I was a big Sonic fan. Like I said, Sonic doesn't get his just desserts. I mean, right now he's been down bad for a while, but he's just as iconic as Mario. I mean, Mario has done it more consistently for longer, but Sonic is amazing. I mean, I don't think I need to, I think we all understand where Sonic should be at in the hierarchy of things. But yeah, I'm a big Sonic fan.
There's a few more piled in there. I'll just do a few more shout outs. Thanks for stopping by. Mav, Muppet, thanks for stopping by, mate. Judzilla, cheers for stopping by. Who else we got on the list of it? And Caitlin, thanks for stopping by. And my fellow midweek gaming member.
Nice.
Gaming, Cerebral Paul. Thanks
Nice.
for stopping by, mate. Cali Rax, thanks for stopping by. You've been suspended on Twitter, have you?
Oh
Okay.
Lord.
So, at least I know. Okay, fair enough, mate. Sorry to hear about that. Yeah, they've been a bit bad recently. Do you know the guys at Green Pass Gaming?
Yeah. I'm familiar.
They also had over a really good Twitter account at over 1,000 subs, thousands.
Followers.
Followers, and it got suspended. They can't get the account back.
Oh
I don't
wow.
know they don't know whether it's hacked, but their picture changed, and the name on when you click on the page, it changed to Elon Musk, and they don't
What in
know
the
that
world?
they've filed no end of tickets, and Twitter's just not responding to anything.
Wow, that's
They didn't,
unfortunate.
they think they got hacked.
That
It's
sounds
something.
about right.
It was something like that, and they can't get their account back.
Yeah, you got to be careful. That's tough. That is tough.
It is. It's a shame that is. Hopefully they get it back, but
Yeah, absolutely. Wish those guys the best.
But yeah, no, it's all good, right? What was your favourite games on the Dreamcast? You mentioned you like, or did you have a Dreamcast?
Absolutely. Dreamcast, one of the most underrated consoles of all time. It had a short lifespan. It didn't
It did.
last long, but it definitely left a big impression, at least for me. Power Stone, Crazy Taxi. There's plenty of other games. I'm just scratching the surface here. Where am I at here? Oh, what?
It was Crazy Taxi.
I can't
It
even.
was.
Yeah, I said that already. I'm out here to be honest with you. There's a ton of games that I played.
It was a good system. It
Yeah,
was.
no, it was
I'm looking at
amazing.
getting one. I am
It
as
was
well.
amazing. Yeah, it was amazing.
But
It was a
I,
fantastic. A whole lot of Tekken stuff like that.
yeah, it
Um,
was a
yeah,
Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur. I'm
Soul
sure that
Calibur.
was
I'm
on.
sorry, Soul Calibur.
That was a
Soul
good one.
Calibur. Yeah. But
That
yeah, so
was.
no, it was a fantastic system.
Because I remember, do you remember playing? Did you ever play multiplayer on it? Because that's really where the origins of
Well, I never played
console gaming.
online multiplayer. Very few people had.
Oh, okay.
Very few people, unfortunately, in my neighborhood, very few people had actual internet at the time. So I never got a chance to play online, but I definitely played a lot of, couch co-op.
That's nice. No, I just didn't know because I went around my uncle's house and obviously it was terrible internet back then. It was like dial-up, but we
Yeah.
couldn't get over the fact that we were playing with someone from America and they were typing in, like text chat.
Yeah.
Where
It's
are you
crazy.
from? We're in UK. And we were
Yeah.
playing against someone from America. I thought, well, this is
Yeah.
incredible. This is
I'm gonna be
state of the
honest with you,
art.
Stubbs. If there was one, I said I'm not much of an historian, but if there was one console I would collect, it would definitely be Dreamcast. And I'm an
It-
Xbox guy, but I would definitely collect Dreamcast, the system, the games, all that stuff. I would definitely
well,
collect.
yeah, well, a lot of the Xbox people, like guys and girls, they all say that the Dreamcast, the Xbox is spiritual successor to the Dreamcast. That's what everyone says.
I've actually never heard that, but that
Oh
makes
no,
sense.
I've
Yeah,
heard it quite a bit. I have,
yeah, that makes sense.
but no, it's but so obviously you're a big Sega guy. Did you play like a lot of the Nintendo 64 games? Were you into James Bond? Because I heard
Oh,
Double O
absolutely.
7. Because
So yeah, oh yeah, that's the gateway. 007 is the gateway. I was for depending on your age group, obviously. But for me,
yeah,
oh yeah, a whole lot of split screen 007, absolutely. To be perfectly honest though, and I know I'm sorry if you get any dislikes, I preferred Perfect Dark over 007. I know it sounds sacrilegious now to say that, but it was just I preferred the weapons in Perfect Dark. They were the same game. Essentially,
that's what they all say. They all say it's the same
yeah,
game, but
it's
they
the
didn't
same
want to.
game.
They couldn't get the license or didn't want to pay for the license.
Yeah,
That's what they say.
I don't know exactly the technicality, but I mean they felt the same. The games were it was almost a reskin 007, just upgraded with a different story, new character. No disrespect to Joanna Dark and Perfect Dark and all, but at that time it felt very much Bond like. But I felt the weapons were so amazing and perfect. They were so different. They were so different. Like you can, all kind of crazy laptop guns and shooting through the wall and X-ray gun and
Yeah.
all kind of nonsense, man. Like, that was so far out. I had a better time. So shout out
Well,
to
that's fair. That's fair enough. No, I'll be honest. I had an N64 at one point. Well, my memory's very vague, and I can't remember playing 007 or Perfect
Oh
Dark.
wow, wow.
I can't.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
I had it.
yeah,
Just my
yeah, yeah. No,
memory's really bad. But I can remember Sega games for some reason, but my
yeah,
memory's terrible on that
yeah.
front.
Soul
It
Calibur as
is.
well. Didn't you get a special character? Didn't you get Link as a? I can't
Maybe.
remember if that was or was that Dreamcast. I can't remember. No, no, I believe it was Nintendo. I don't remember exactly, but I thought you got a special character depending on the version of the game you bought. I can't. I could be thinking of a different generation.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But no, yes. So overall, you're a Sega guy, not a Nintendo guy. If you were to be asked the question,
Yeah, yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm definitely leaning more Sega than Nintendo. I respect Nintendo's. My favorite game of all time is Zelda Ocarina of Time. So I know it sounds crazy,
no,
but I'm actually more of a Sega kid.
that's cool. No, it's a shame the way Sega went because say if Sega didn't do make the mistakes they made, they could have still been here as a
Yeah,
like a console company. But
yeah,
they
potentially.
made silly mistakes. They did,
Yeah,
and they just released a Saturn and not tell no one, eh? Great
yeah,
move, wasn't it?
yeah. I don't know, and it's funny because I think Sony happens anyway. Even if Sega stays around as a console maker, Sony still gets as big as they are now. Either way.
Yeah, exactly. They will. They would have done anyway. They would have, but
Yeah,
Sega was, it was a big part of most. Depending on what age range you're in, it was a big
yeah,
part of most people's childhoods.
yeah.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Welcome, pure Flack Monkey. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, there's a lot of Sega people inside. There is.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to all the Sega people in the chat.
Yeah. It's a bit of a weird one.
Hmm.
A lot of I do ask it a lot, but what would your favourite controller be? And I know it may differ from what, say, your favourite console would be, because I've had a lot of responses where people have said their favourite console, but they've
Hmm.
asked them the question, what would your favourite controller be? And it gets them stumped for a minute, and a lot of them say a different controller.
Yeah.
Retro wise, not now, because I know you'll just say the Xbox controller, you know, because it is the best controller in the current day.
um. So I'm gonna go probably with the 360 controller.
Yeah, that's old school, I'd say.
I'm
No.
going 360. I'm going with the 360 controller. I mean, it's not like that's a like oh yeah, obviously like it's not the design. I mean, if you look at it, it is actually quite different than the controllers that we have now. Like they're actually if you look at them, you're like, wow, that there's a bit of a difference between the two. But 360 controller felt great for shooters, especially. And at the time,
You did.
I was so into Halo and Call. That was my prime like shooter. I was nothing but shooters. I didn't play anything else. Maybe a little Grand Theft Auto when it came out. That was GTA 4, San Andreas around that time. But I played nothing but shooters. So that was a perfect controller for shooters. Great weight. Obviously, button placement, joystick placement is perfect. It was a great controller. So I'm going 360.
Yeah, no, it's a good choice because I remember when the 360 came out, and then like the Xbox One, and I was so angry. I was like, but I just want to use my 360 controller on the Xbox One. There's no reason to make a new one.
That's how a lot of people felt. It's funny because that was something that went under the radar. A lot of people were not happy with the change with the controller initially. Then
Yeah.
once we got it, we're like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Like it makes sense that they made the changes that they did.
Oh yeah, it was all for the good. It was, but at the time you don't know that, do you? I was like, they just
Yeah,
want to
no,
resell me another controller.
yeah,
But it was obviously for a reason, and now we see why. With the Series X, they've made some tweaks to the controller. Now that controls it because I have got Series X and Xbox One,
hmm,
and I what was downstairs. I got my Series X on my new controller. I was going upstairs
okay,
onto the old Xbox, and I couldn't do it. I had to go out and buy the Series X controller to go on the Xbox One. I was like, do not, no, I can't use this controller.
yeah,
And
no, there's no way.
it's a lot
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, you realize that if you try and go back, like I saw Flack just said that in the chat. He said pick up 360 controller now and it kind of sucks. It does feel you do quite feel different. It does just like it's like a whoa, like wait a minute. Like how did I used to play with this thing? But that's just because quality is so different. The different material and things so much more ergonomic. To the way we play, so much more like I guess scientific. So much more thought has been put into the controller.
Oh, they are now. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
quite technical. They have a lot of
yeah,
testing. I mean, a lot of these controls they've been working on for years before
yeah,
you even see it. You
yeah,
know,
absolutely.
but I do like the way Xbox listen to all the feedback from the community, and they do listen. That's a good
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So it only improves it. It does, but yeah. So well, obviously you've mentioned that you used to be big Call of Duty guys. Was that
hmm
kind of your favorite multiplayer game back then?
It transitioned from Halo to Call of Duty. Halo from Halo 1 CE all the way through 3. It was nothing but Halo all day,
Okay.
every day, pretty much. Like that was all I played, whether it was Forge, whether it was multiplayer, run through missions, legendary, skulls, all of that stuff. I did everything. So then it transitioned around because I was actually the last person to jump ship to Call of Duty. I had a bunch of
Really?
friends when COD
Okay.
4 came out was like, dude, you gotta get this car. I'm like, nah, man. Like, why don't y'all come play Halo? I was hating. I'm not gonna be honest. I was a big hater at that time. Stuff. I was like, man, y'all come
Yeah.
back and play Halo, man. They're like,
Oh,
man,
the peer pressure.
yeah. They're like, you gotta get this car. So one day on a whim, I get off work. I go to Walmart. I'm sitting there staring at the games. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'll get this Call of Duty. I get the Call of Duty. I get home. I play it. I'm like, man, I don't want to play this no more. Right after like 30 minutes, I didn't actually give
Yeah.
the game a good chance. That was just me being ridiculous. So day or two goes by, I pick it back up, and then I start to play and play and play, and then I start to join in with friends and meet new people, and once that starts to happen, then right then it changed. It transitioned from Halo to Call of Duty all the way through probably Black Ops 2.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yep, yep,
I
yep.
used to be big on Call of Duty years ago, but not that far back. I used to play Black Ops,
Oh yeah, yeah, my favorite one.
Modern Warfare 3,
Nice, yeah, that was a great game as well.
Black Ops 2, Black Ops
Two,
3. Yeah, I used to play. That's all I used to play as multiplayer.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
did,
hmm
and because I used to play it with mates, you see, and
Oh, nice.
because I was one of these people that bought an Xbox One and then said I didn't like it and I got rid of it and I got a PS4. I
Oh
did,
wow, okay. Nothing
but that
wrong with
was
that.
due to because there was no. I like Gears, you see, and on the 360 there was Gears, but on Xbox One there was no Gears, there was no backwards compat, there was nothing, zilch
Yeah,
for
yeah,
years, and
yeah.
that's why I got. I returned about 2 years ago or so to the Xbox.
Oh,
I did,
nice.
but I
Very
never
recent.
played. I never played all the what's it called? All these exclusives. I never played any of them. Like God of War and all that. Sadly,
Yeah. Oh,
game
nice.
for me,
Yeah,
but I didn't. Destiny 2 wasn't as good at the time, you know. But
yeah.
well, when you say that to people, like, what? All them exclusives didn't play them? I said, no, I didn't, you know. But now I wish I had, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, no. So what inspired you to want to get into like making your own channel? Were you on any? Because obviously, I see your welcome video was made 5 years ago. Now, did you listen to any podcasts or did you appear on any podcast before you like Boom? He went on a load of podcasts for quite a while before he entered into the podcast. Content creation game.
Yeah.
Did you do that or did you just jump in on your channel
No, I
first?
just I just jumped in head first on my own. I wasn't part of. So you got to remember, 5 years ago, it doesn't seem like a long time, but this community's grown extremely fast in a short amount of time. And at
I
that
agree with that.
time, there was not even a handful of podcasts on YouTube.
Really? So it ain't like saturated like it is
Oh
now.
no, 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 absolutely not. There's some people in the chat that'll tell you right now that have been followers of either mine or I've just seen around the community for a while that'll tell you that back then there was very few. It was not anywhere near. You got like 10 podcasts a day now, a week. A day, every single day you
Yeah,
get five, 6, 7 you can listen to.
yeah, it's
And
true. Yeah.
back then there was maybe two a week, that you could find. So, but no, I just dove in head first because that was the reason why. There's a lack of content, and the lack of content that I was looking for wasn't available. So I decided, well, let me dive in, and I procrastinated for a bit. My wife shout out to my wife, pushed me to start the YouTube channel. So
Oh, that's nice.
after, yeah, absolutely, she's amazing. But yeah, so once that happened, I just dove in head first, and kind of things started quite fast. With who was on the show, and shout out to Tim Dog, my very first person I ever podcast with.
Yeah,
Um,
you done with Tim Doc. He's comedian. Was he
yeah.
quite? Was he quite big? I know, obviously. Was he quite big back then, or was he just starting out then? Like, because
No, Tim was still.
nowadays he's quite big in the community, massive actually.
No, Tim. Yeah,
You know,
Tim. He's grown. He's gonna get that. He's gonna get that Twitter check mark. In it, like shortly. Watch, very soon that's gonna happen.
probably
But
will. Yeah.
yeah, he's gonna get verified pretty. Shout out to Tim Dog. But yeah, he's been supportive day one, from like day one. Absolutely. He's like, dude, I'll do this with you. Don't worry about it. You'll do great. Like, he was my absolute coach during that process. Like him. Shout out to Mooch as well. Mooch, I'm sure you know of Mooch, but shout out to
Yeah,
him as
yeah,
well. He was a
I
big
do.
influence. Shout out to Next Gen 720. I can't even, even crap. I know, things are where they are, but crap as well was a big influence back
Oh,
then, even
exactly.
5 years ago. But yeah, I can't even. I'm not going to sit up here and lie and not give people the credit they deserve.
Well, no, because even people I know in the podcasting game, a lot of the people that have been on the show have mentioned them because they said there's no
Yeah,
point in lying. For a lot of people, they were
yeah,
influences back then. A lot,
yeah,
so you
absolutely,
might as well,
absolutely. Yeah. So now they're great. They're good. Yeah, they're great individuals. So, but yeah, there was very few podcasts back then. So that's really weird. That's why I dove in.
no, that's good to hear. I mean, obviously, you didn't dive into podcasting straight away. I see here you got the Xbox versus PS4 future. You got my 2 cents
Yeah, there was some
in gaming
individual videos.
journalism,
Hmm.
which were very good actually. They were.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
watched them.
I need to do more of that. That's something that I
You
want. I want
do,
to
you
start doing
do.
again. I definitely do the individual. They're fun because I get to do different things. I get to hone my editing skills as well. So that's always fun.
Because I noticed on the early videos, you didn't use any video editing software? It's literally
No, very
just your
few.
logo,
Very,
and the
very,
views
very
you were
rare.
getting they're very quite high. They are.
Yeah, no, you.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah. So like I said, I started quite fast. So but it's been a roller coaster. I do like where I'm at as far as with the show, as far as like me, the way I feel about it.
Yeah,
And that's just the thing about being a content creator. We want everything to be the best it could possibly be.
it's true.
And I know, I know you know how I feel stuff. So but it's been fun. I'll say that for sure over the time.
Yeah, because it's you do need to get back and make some of these videos because
Yeah,
they are good opinions.
yeah.
They are. But see, I was looking through, and I listened to one of your very first, the one you called the Shop Podcast episode 1. Now, there's a elite gamer on there. Who is that? Is that FC Violent with a new name? Because he sounds like him. Is that a
I don't
different guy?
know. It's a different person.
It just sounds like him. That's all.
Really? You know
Yeah.
what? I don't even know if he's ever changed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't kept up, so I don't know if he ever changed his name. I mean, it could be, but you may be more
No,
familiar with that than I am.
no, it's probably not. It's just his voice sounded very familiar. But I
Oh,
nearly messaged him Violent saying, "Was that you?" But
I don't think it was, but
no.
I don't. I wasn't sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So your very first podcast, it was very good. I haven't seen. Are them guys still around? Are they still podcasting? No, I haven't really heard of them before.
Yeah. Well, some of them are. The show's going through different variations as far as who's been on. But a lot of the people are still doing YouTube videos. So yeah, I would say yeah, a majority of them are.
Okay, fair enough. Have you what have you got any favourite memories throughout the years of the podcasts?
Um.
Because obviously now you've done 200. That's a
Yeah.
lot of podcasts. That is.
Yes. Shitty crazy. Yeah. It just hit me yesterday. Like my wife, we were talking before the show started, and she's like, "You realize that's like 4 years worth of 4 years literally worth of podcasts, like content."
It is
And it just hit me.
incredible.
I was like, "Wow, that's crazy." So, there's been a ton of memories. The first show, this was actually one of the the questions we had to win one of the prizes in the giveaway yesterday. Was actually Aaron Greenberg was my first show.
How?
Um,
How? How? How did you
it
do that? You know?
so, no, it was that once again. Shout out to Tim. But apparently Aaron just decided he wanted to watch a podcast that day and just decided to watch mine. So
Oh,
he
what you
just
said? I'll jump in if you want. He's like,
no, absolutely he DM'd me out of nowhere, just completely out of the blue, and said, "Hey, I love what you guys are talking about. Sounds fun. How do I get in?"
wow,
And I said, "What the hell?" And I told Tim, and Tim was like, "No, you're lying." So shout out to
really?
Tim, and Tim actually reached out because him and Aaron, they know each other. They're cool. Shout out to Tim. I think Aaron, I think Tim tweeted Aaron the link as well. So you may have made Aaron aware that the show was happening. So I shout out to Tim as well.
No, that is mental. Like Aaron Greenberg just saying, "Can I get in?"
Yeah,
That's
and then I didn't even know how to respond, to be 100% honest. It was fun though. We had a great time. Chris as well. Shout out to Money Rumble. I don't know if you know Money Rumble, Chris. I
I
believe he's the head of the Fan Fest, head of Fan Fest.
now I know who you're on about now.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah. He actually was on that show as well. Same show.
yeah. That was a good show. That was.
Yeah, that's first one. It was pretty fun. We had a good
Not
time.
many people can say that about their first podcast, can they?
No,
No.
no, no, no. So it worked out. I mean, it was a great time. It was extreme. It was unexpected though for sure.
Oh, it was. I'd say that's a bit of a if Aaron Greenberg turned up in my chat and like, how do I get in? Is that really Aaron Greenberg? I'd be like,
Yeah, he's awesome. He's such a good guy though. So he's awesome.
he does seem it. He does. He does seem it.
Yeah.
Have you ever met Aaron in person at any
Never,
events or anything? No.
never. So last year, before that was last year was supposed to be the year that I was gonna go my first E3. I had everything booked, had everything
Oh,
ready for the most part, just about everything ready.
yeah, where everything went wrong.
And boom, everything hit. So unfortunately, I never got a chance to go to E3. But I mean, who knows what happens in the future with it? Maybe they continue to do digital, but yeah, I never got a chance to meet any of them in person, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. That's a shame. That is.
Yeah,
Hopefully, I mean, E3, in my opinion, as a physical event for meeting and fun and building the community and all that, E3 needs to remain physical.
yeah, I agree.
Digital
It's all about,
wise, I'm not so sure. If no one's at the event, there's no crowd. You can't really. A lot of the time, most people do watch E3 through. You watched the Xbox conference,
yeah. The
and when you
content
hear
is
that trailer and you hear the crowd go, they cheer. That
mm-hmm.
gets you hyped. But then, if there's an empty room and you're watching it, it's not going to look very good, is it?
No, no.
That's
So
the thing.
and things have changed quite a bit, quite dramatically with the way things have gone. Xbox now
Oh, I
has
agree.
E3 studios, and they can pretty much do their own E3 if they got enough content to do their own E3.
The thing is, they could. It's
So
like they got the Microsoft conference. Is it called the Microsoft Conference Center?
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
they
directly
got the
opposite.
event of the
It's
Staples Center, downtown LA.
yeah. So it's apparently it's directly opposite, nearly opposite where E3 is.
Yeah, yeah.
Why say just do your event? You don't have to be part of E3. Why pay them? But
That's
come in,
possible. I don't know if they're going to be doing anything physical, or I mean, I assume it's going to be all pre-recorded.
I'd say you're looking at maybe next year for physical events to
Maybe,
properly.
yeah,
Maybe I don't know
yeah,
how the world's going to be, but
yeah,
hopefully we can only hope, can't we?
yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for stopping by, Invader Gaming. Hope you're doing well. Dragon Wolf, thanks for stopping by. But yeah, no, that was pretty cool guest coming on your first show.
Absolutely.
Have you had any other guests? Any milestones like 50, 100? Have you had any milestones where you've had any more guests on?
I mean, it's been a. I would say that's probably, as far as guest goes, it's probably the single biggest guest that I've had on the show. Just to be 100% honest with you, I've had a couple developers on here and there. That was early because that's kind of the angle I was going to take with the channel, but the direction changed of the channel, so I did less of like developers and things like that, reaching out to people. So more community members is kind of where I geared my
That's good.
content towards. So just
That is
because there
good.
was people in the community, as my channel grew, I met more people, and I wanted to highlight those people that I met. So my content started going, being geared around the community. So and then things change as far. So yeah, I mean I've had great people on, just Rand and Tim and a lot of people in the community that are I guess well known. I guess you could say, but
Did you used to have was Zolka on your podcast ever? Someone told me Zolka used to be on. Is that right? No.
yes,
Yes.
Zucker he
Yeah.
was part of the Shop podcast
Was he? Okay.
for oh man, I can't even remember how long Zucker. It was probably at least I don't even want to guess because I may say the wrong amount of time. Shout out to Zucker though. Shout out to Zucker. That's my guy. Listen, Zucker is he's 10 times a better person than he is a content creator. He's such an awesome person. So yeah, shout out to Zucker.
But yeah, no, he makes good videos.
Yeah.
His channel's blown up completely. It's,
Yeah, he's
doing
amazing.
well.
I told him that was going to happen when we first met. I absolutely because you could just see it, like his content, the energy he had, the quality he put behind his content. So it was bound to happen. But shout out to Zalker, awesome guy.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just looking at some of your. So with I noticed going up the channel. Obviously, sometimes it was mainly podcasting. The odd time you done videos.
Yeah, in
Was
between.
that yeah? Because was that because of you, was your focus mainly it was mainly on podcasting, weren't it, or was it only when relevant news came up you made a video?
No, that was just me. That was me. That was more like real life happening than YouTube happening. Going through real life changes. I go through stretches where I was working more, whatever the case might be. My focus was elsewhere, so I couldn't do the additional videos. Or to be 100% honest with you, there were periods of time where I became a little disinterested. To be 100% honest.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So in the entire, so I was just doing the podcast, but you fall in and out sometimes, as these things go. I've been doing it for a little while now, so it's been, like I said, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. That's gonna happen, but you just got to remember why you started doing it. So and that's where I'm at now. So
Yeah, that's fair enough. Because to be honest, if you look at my channel, you'll just think, oh, the Stubbs only does podcasts. Because in reality, I do.
yeah,
But I did used to make videos, and I'm going to start making videos again soon.
awesome.
I
Shout
know
out. That's nice, man.
everyone will say in the chat, yeah, he said that about a year. He said that a while ago, but I've actually got the software now.
Nice,
I intend to make it.
nice.
But yeah, no. Welcome, indie gamer. Indie gamer
Shout out to
said
Andy, man.
he remembers when Zolka was on. He
Yeah,
does.
no, for sure. No, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people do. It's a lot of people come through the show, man. It's been you go back, you be surprised. I haven't really gone back and dug around like you were just mentioning. I haven't gone back and really, but you'd be surprised the people that have been on the show. So you go back and dig around the archives, man. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, no. There's like where you from. I'm looking at your thumbnails, and your thumbnails are quite good. Do
Yeah,
you?
that's shout out to Diego. It's my guy
Oh,
Diego
okay.
Panero, Dinero Panero on Twitter. So he does all of my stuff. Or it's evolved over time. Just to my different ideas pair with his different ideas. But yeah, it's shout out to Diego. He does all my stuff.
But yeah, no, they are good. You can tell they've evolved over time.
Yeah,
They
yeah, yeah,
have.
yeah. So they've got a little bit more intricate, a little bit more higher quality. Over time, my mind's changed about how I wanted things to look. So
Yeah, you can see the progression. I'm skipping
yeah.
through it now. You can see
Yeah,
the progression in
yeah,
your channel.
it's gone from all type of different things. So and I'm sure like you probably I don't know if you'll probably change your logo at some point and
Yeah,
design.
no, the
Yeah,
stubzcast did start out another design. Then Graphic God
yeah,
came to me and said, I've got an idea for your podcast, and
nice.
this is what you come up with. Which is really nice. It is.
Yeah, yeah,
It
absolutely.
is. It is. But no, it's yeah, it's. What have you learned in your time over? Would you say in podcasting? Have you learned anything over your time? Because I'd imagine you would have from now. Well, 5 years ago to now, you've learned a hell of a lot.
Yeah, it's funny. So I wish we had these conversations more in the community as well because it's important because there's more people doing it now than ever, and I think it's important to share information and experiences. So, I the one thing obviously I learned is that you can't half-ass it. You got to be all the way in. if you want to do, be podcasting and have a show, and I'm not gonna say have a successful show, but just have a consistent show. You
It's
got to put
true.
the time in and the work. So it's a lot of work. It is fun, but there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes that people don't see. As a content creator, that you have to manage and be aware of your time and scheduling people. And if you have other people that are, part of the show, make sure you're aware of their time. And it's a little, it's you got to manage everything, but it's fun. You got to remember why you do it. But I've learned not to be too high, too low, because you can't the hardest thing not to do, and I'm sure you've probably gone through this, Stubbs, and I'm sure you'll probably follow up on this, is not to compare what you're doing to somebody else.
Yeah, no, you are right, because someone can be like,
Yeah,
you think you're all doing well, and then someone will be like,
yeah,
"Oh, blow past you." And then
absolutely.
if you like, it's like I've talked about before on the podcast. Well, with various other people, loads of other people, and it's like, don't focus on numbers because they will drive you crazy.
Oh
They
man,
will,
oh, it
because
drove me
one
crazy for
person
a
can
year
have
and a half.
one
Yeah.
video can go viral, and their
Yep.
subs can completely
Yep.
explode. They can.
Yep.
But and then again, then their podcasts or videos might return to normal, same as you,
Hmm.
But numbers it is a factor that numbers will drive you crazy. Imagine, did you ever get involved in that? Did the numbers used to drive you
Hell
crazy?
yeah! Just to be sorry, I don't mean to use profanity. For sure. Yeah, I for a year and a half, numbers drove me crazy, and that's one of the
Did
things that
they?
I had to teach.
Okay.
I had to like teach myself not to be bothered by that stuff, because there's going to be peaks and valleys. But if you do the work is over time. The work is going to show itself, and then it becomes self-evident. And as long as you're putting the right energy behind it, I think anything can happen. Not everybody has the same opportunities either. That's just the way things are. There may be somebody who comes out with their first video and they're able to get Phil Spencer in their first video, or they're
It's
able,
true.
they're able to do something crazy, or the show just hits and boom, it takes off. And that's a completely different lane than what you're working on. So pay attention to what you got going on. Do the best you possibly can do, and be happy with that. Always be hungry, but don't be greedy. So
Were you videos? Were you ever interested in putting? Because I know obviously the voice and the opinions, the way people listen, obviously, but did you ever get involved in having visuals, like running footage as well in your videos?
that's one thing that I have not
Because I
transitioned
haven't,
into yet.
I was skipping through a lot of them
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
see if you did. I noticed
I've
it's one thing you never did. That was
Yeah,
all.
so some of the individual videos do have footage and things like that in them, trailers and editing and different things like that. So some a little bit more polished than others, but that's one thing I've never gotten into, like capturing my own footage and putting it in a video or anything like that. So that's another thing that I'm working on as well. I'm gonna get a PC built at some point, so I can utilize that. Um, or even just get one myself, maybe even pre-made. But or even a laptop, a nice laptop would be cool as well. Just to help out with that process.
Yeah, no, you do definitely do very good videos. You do.
Yeah,
But obviously, the reason I don't money is this biggest killer. It's called procrastination.
absolutely.
It's one of the biggest killers for
Yep,
content creators.
yep,
Because I think, oh, I do my podcast. That's enough. But
yeah,
like, if you want to grow, you have to make videos. It's that simple. It
yep.
is. You
You
know,
got to
it's
be out
not
there. You got to be
simple,
visible.
but you have to make videos
Yeah,
to grow.
yep. You got to be visible. You got to you got to be visible. Consistency is the key. Got to be consistency. Get on the schedule. If you got to put yourself on the schedule, do that. If you're not a big schedule person, at least put together some kind of itinerary to keep yourself on track. So but yeah, that's it. That's the easiest thing, Stubbs. And like you said, I'm
Yeah,
sure that's why you highlighted it. So
exactly. It is. What's this thing with Mike from NLG? He called. He says,
nephew, that's my
"Yes."
that's my uncle Mike, man. So
What's all that about? What's all that
no.
about?
So that's my no. So we no. So me and Mike we like family. We cool. And that's
Yeah,
just something between me and him, that he's an older gentleman, obviously, and I highly respect Mike and what he does and his history in the gaming industry. And that's just something that me and him always do. I always call him Uncle Mike, just because he's always been. I always reach out for advice, life advice, not video game advice, life advice. So stuff like that. So that's kind of where that came from, though. So
No, I see it on Twitter early on. It was like
yeah,
Uncle, and I was like, what? I was like,
yeah, that's my
I
guy.
thought
That's
it was
my
some kind of thing like that.
yeah. No, he's nah. That's my guy though. He shout out to Mike, man.
But yeah, have you got any more advice for what you've learned over the years? Because to be fair, with one microphone, Indy's helping me, but I'm
Yeah,
only starting to improve my microphone. I've been
yeah.
using my microphone wrong for a long time.
Oh no,
And
it's all good. I understand that.
yeah.
Invest in yourself. If you're gonna be semi serious, at least you got to invest in yourself. Get upgrade your equipment, save up if you can. It actually doesn't cost as much as you would think to get started. Because there's some great equipment out there for decently priced, and I'm sure you could attest to that as well, Stubbs. You can probably a couple $100 to get you started.
Yeah,
Like
my kit's quite. I haven't got top end gear, but I've got
yeah,
it works. Obviously, when
yeah, no,
I'm
absolutely.
trying to get a PC this year,
That that
if I can afford one this year.
Yeah,
If
yeah, that
you know,
that and some ingenuity will get you a long way. And I've always found that you need to staff your weaknesses. So put the kind of people around. If you're going to put together some kind of panel, if you're not doing a solo thing, put good people around you that you obviously trust and you have fun around, because it's going to show when you do the show.
oh yeah, no
If you guys are having fun, people are going to see it. So um,
midweek gaming's crazy. If you've ever listened to it
yeah,
before, it goes off the rails. It does.
yeah, yeah. But that's
Just
that's what I would say.
oh, that's really good advice. Listen, Turin was listening one week, and Mr. Tucci has two parrots.
Hmm.
What obviously
Oh Lord, he
one's
told us about this on the shop. He told us about
yeah,
them. Yeah,
yeah.
that was crazy.
He doesn't have parrots anymore. He gave his parrots up. He has because he wants to
Yeah.
move house, and they won't. They won't. He wants to move house soon. They won't let him keep him. But
Oh, got
that
it.
used to happen a lot of weeks. That did. And like, what's going on? The parrots are having sex. He was like,
Oh my God. Yeah, he told us about that on the shop. Ridiculous. Shout out
yeah.
Centurions.
I'm not very. What's it called? I'm not like a lot of podcasts. Where a lot of podcasts they wouldn't like stuff like that. But I just let people go with it. I'm not
Yeah,
bothered. You
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But I think I got a good panel on
You do. Mhm.
midweek. I got VJ. So if you want the in-depth analysis and like, because he's been in the industry for 25 years, so he's got a different
Yeah,
perspective. He has.
yeah.
So if you ask him a question about Xbox, he will incorporate the other two companies as well to show you perspective on the whole
Yeah.
thing. So
Nice.
he doesn't answer it from a gamer's point of view, which is nice to hear. It is.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently the mic's sounding good tonight because Indy's the one that's been trying to help me. I'm further away from the mic, Indy, because I realised that I've actually got a loud voice, and that's a problem. I was literally like that. Hello, hello. What did he say, Indy? He said, "Get me a pizza, or something like that." He was mic tester. He's good lad, Indy. He's very
Yeah.
knowledgeable.
Shout out to Indy, man.
Yes,
Awesome
he
guy.
is. Yeah, less popping. Yeah, I've moved away from the mic a lot. Not too much though, but enough. I have. But no. But yes, it's been a crazy. It's crazy. Have you got any more stories about the Shot podcast over the years? Any more fun memories?
I mean, there's a ton of fun memories. So I mean, just shout out to the whole crew, the whole panel, the all the versions that the shop's going through. Man, everybody's been integral in the shop podcast growth. But yeah, I mean, we got shout out to Anthem. We got to keep that going, right? So
Yeah,
shout out to Anthem. That's obviously a running joke.
come
That we've
on,
been doing
come on,
for
Phil.
like
We need
2 years now,
to
right?
acquire EA
Dig
so
it
we can
up,
keep.
Phil. Dig it up from the grave. They don't need it. EA don't need. They got Mass Effect. They got Dragon Age. They working
Come
on.
on,
They don't
Phil.
need it.
Go and buy it.
Dig
Go
it
and buy
up.
that IP. Come
Dig
on,
it up.
save it. Come on.
Exactly. That's the kind of energy we need for 2021, man. That's the kind of energy we need. Dig it up. But no, outside of that, man, it's the whole crew, everybody, right? That's part of the crew now. Everybody that rocks out with us every week. You've been a big supporter, Stubbs. All my brothers across the water. You know what? One thing. Let me say one thing, Stubbs. You guys are a phenomenal bunch of people. Like Just my brothers over the water, I would say. I've had nothing but great experiences with everybody that I've pretty much come across so far. So you guys are awesome, man. I love you guys for sure, man.
I appreciate that. No, it's the Americans are good too. Obviously, you
Yeah,
know, I haven't obviously. I haven't really had any bad experiences, you know, but
yeah, sure,
on
awesome.
Twitter, I've learned how to. I've learned how to. There is certain
Navigate.
people. There is certain people that when you post anything positive, they come on your timeline. But what I've tried to do now is, yeah, hit the mute button, hit the block button.
There you
But you
go.
know,
You got some options.
but
Yeah.
I don't often get, you know, but the majority of people in the community I've come across never really had any, because obviously over time, how you normally get to know people is you go onto people's podcasts, you go into
Hmm.
chats, and you start to talk to people. That's how you get to know people.
Yeah.
And in general, I've always had this running joke with a lot of with Fastback and Cerebral Paul as well, because they're from the south. Because I was like, yo, and I thought it meant yo, but apparently it means how
You
y'all
all.
doing, how
Yeah.
y'all, yeah.
You
See,
all. Yeah.
I never got that. It's, you know,
Yeah.
it's all fun a lot. You know, it's all good. It is. You know,
Yeah.
fajitas. Oh, Mike's having fajitas in a minute.
Come on now, Mike. Throw them you. Well, unless I can't do chicken, unfortunately. But if they're like some type of beef fajita, I can do
It
that.
would. Yeah, Indie Gamers saying it was an honour to have you on the Indie Games podcast.
Yeah. Shout out to Indy. He's awesome. Yeah. We
Yeah,
hung out on that. That was a fun one. We were on that bad boy for about 3 hours, but it was a great show, man.
yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Indy. Indy's awesome.
The Indie Games podcast is always top quality. It
Yeah.
is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It is. I've not managed to get on the Indie Games podcast yet, but he's a good mate of mine. But
Yeah.
it's because it's not because he doesn't want me to come on. It's because he wants because everyone who goes on it is well versed in indie games,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet. He doesn't want me to be surrounded by people with all this knowledge, and I don't know what I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
I did agree with him about that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Shout out to Indy. It'll happen though. I'm sure.
yeah, because I play Gears. I play Gears too much, but I'm playing Yakuza at the minute.
Nice.
Still
Nice.
playing
Good
Yakuza.
game. Yeah.
But yes, do you have any plans to? Where do you see your channel in the future? Do you just want to keep knocking out the podcasts, or do you want to try and get into doing regular videos or streaming
So
or anything like that?
yeah, man. I want to. You know what? I've streaming has always been a thing for me. Obviously, the option got taken away. The easier option, the whole mixer option from Xbox, got taken away. So that
Yes,
was
it did.
that was kind
Yes.
of a gateway for a lot of people that made it extremely easy to kind of get in and kind of get your feet wet before you
Yeah, it
like
did.
dove in head first. So like I said, gaming some type of PC and or really nice like laptop setup. I'll start doing that. I This is something I always wanted to do skits of some sort as well. Um,
Sounds
like
good.
some
It
type of
does.
video game skit as well. I've always wanted to do some type of like skit, so that may be something that I'm looking into as well. But for sure, podcasts, just videos in between. I'm I don't know. I'm into like sketch comedy and stuff, so that's kind of where the skits come from. So
Yeah, no, that'd be fun to watch if you could ever make one. You never know.
yeah,
It might work. People might
yeah,
like it. You never
yeah,
know, do you?
yeah. You never know. Yeah.
Have you completed Hollow Knight, by the way?
No,
No.
no,
Oh, why did you let him on the Indie Games
no.
podcast then?
Oh, here we go. Oh, see, did I not? You didn't send Indy. You set me up. You didn't send me that. You didn't let me know about that
Well, I was
requirement.
joking. I was
Oh
joking. You
my
haven't
goodness!
all.
I know. I'm just playing. I know. I'm giving them
I
all.
haven't either. I haven't either.
That's funny.
Yeah, no. Indie Gamer reckons that try the skit. It'll be really good to watch. It will be.
Yeah, yeah. It's something that I've been thinking about. It. That's a marble. I even have scripts wrote out as well. Just
Really? Oh,
to kind of
that's good.
I'm letting the cat out the bag here. But anyway.
Oh, world exclusive.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, I actually have some material already.
Oh, that's good to hear. That is.
Hmm.
That is. But yeah, no, it's It's good to hear if you can finally PTK. It is.
Yeah, I've definitely enjoyed the show. The
Yeah.
chat's been amazing, man. You do an awesome show. I like the one on one. I don't do it often. I used to do it. If you went back in my archives, me and Mooch
Yeah.
actually had
There
kind of this
is.
me and him kind of a back and forth thing, Mooch and Blam and Mooch, kind of a deal. Like 2 or 3 episodes we did of it. And then I every now and then I would have some one on one stuff, but I don't do it much anymore. It's actually kind of fun. You can get a bit more, I don't know, like I guess personal. I don't know. It's
Well,
a little bit
it
more.
obviously depends on who you have on.
Yeah,
It varies on. It varies on because with the stubzcast, the time length varies from like an hour to like 2 hours to. It
yeah,
has been 3 hours before, but
yeah. No, for
I'm
sure.
never going back to 3 hours again.
No, no,
There's
no,
like
no,
world
no.
records that.
I'm not built
It,
that way. I'm 100
yeah,
percent honest. I'm not built that way.
it was Dreadpool, and then let's have a think. It was Techno Fabulous that took the
Oh,
title.
nice.
He
Oh,
went for
wow.
3 hours 5 minutes. It was something. I said, do you want to keep going? He says, why? I've got to beat Dreadpool. What do you
Oh
mean? He says,
no.
by a few minutes, I've got to beat Dreadpool. but no,
Wow.
but but no, but yeah, been a very good show. It has, Obviously, I do like the PTK Blam show, because the Shot Podcast show, because there's a lot of podcasts that obviously I do one that's 2 hours, and the majority of people do 2 hours. Some do three, but yours is very quick. It's like an hour and
Yeah,
10, sometimes hour and
yeah.
20.
Hour and
Now
20.
that's
Yeah.
quite easy to keep up with. Where a
Mhm.
lot of shows are 2 hours, 2 hours. 2 hours. It's quite difficult.
Mhm.
And is that what you wanted? So more, just to round up, like to be like,
Absolutely. Right out the gate. That was something that was actually one of the first things I thought about. Just because for me, I was a fan of podcasts before I started one. The very few
yeah,
that were actually around. So I know how I am. After about an hour, I'm all over the place as far as like my attention. So it's just me thinking, putting myself in my own shoes, and maybe thinking other people have the same idea. I'm thinking, okay, we can still fit. You can talk about a lot in 60 minutes.
you can,
You can
if
get a
you're on the
lot, like
ball and keep them.
exactly.
I notice you rein them in. You do, which is good.
Well, yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
let people. We go over. We've actually gone over very consistently, probably the last year and a half or so. We generally go over 10, 15 minutes, but yeah, I generally try not to cut anybody off. Like, if I mean, sometimes you feel like you feel the energy. Sometimes you'll feel the drag. You got to be a host. You got to run the show, so you got to keep up with the energy. So if you feel like it may be, you may have to move things along a little bit, and every now and then that happens, but for the most part, everything just kind of flows. It works, and we get everything in, and nobody feels rushed. And you guys, the listeners, for the most part, feel like they got what they wanted. They got enough to hear as far as information.
oh, that's good to hear. Apparently, Pong Soul said it's because he talks too much. Is that right?
No, no, no. Shout out to Pong, man, newest member of the Shop Podcast. Yeah, but no, no, Pong's good, man. He's passionate. That's what we're gonna leave it at.
No, he is. He
Yeah,
is.
he's just
Uh,
passionate. Yeah.
Here's a question for you. I forgot to ask. Indie Game was asking, what does PTK, well, Blam stand
You
for?
gonna make me say this
PTK bit.
on live? Indy? Why would you Indy? I thought we were friends. Why would you ask me that? That's like asking me my social. Why would you ask me that, Indy? Jesus, he's gonna make me do. Do I get some kind of like out question or no? Do I have to? So no, just to be serious here, but
Yeah,
so it's actually I got it from. But once again, I'm a big Halo fan, right? So I played nothing
yeah,
but Halo from CE all the way up to Halo 3, nothing but Halo. So back when we used to play Halo, well, back in early Halo 3, when you guys, I don't know if you remember GameBattles.com. Game
yes,
Battles,
GB. Yeah, Game Battle. I
GB. You
do
remember
remember it.
GB?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
do.
you used to sign
GBs.
up. You had a crew. So I signed up because I had a guy. I had a set of guys and people I used to run with. We were actually very good and extremely good at Halo, and I felt like we were good enough to go pro. So I was like, "Look, we should just be a team." So I started a team, and PTK actually, because we all were like freaking dads that had kids and stuff, and moms that had kids. PTK actually stands for part time killer. That's actually what it
Oh,
stands.
part-time
So
killer.
yeah, because we
Nice,
were
that is.
parents, we weren't full, just kind of a play on words kind of a thing. So that's actually you just made me unleash. I opened Pandora's box right on Stubcast.
Yeah, that was
No, but
good. That was.
that's actually what it stands for. So
Yeah, Indy was getting worried there. It's
Yeah,
not
no, no,
your
no.
real name, is it? If it's not, don't say. He was
No,
like,
no, no, no. It's not my real name. That has nothing to do with it. I'm just playing.
that's a good story. That is.
Yeah, yeah.
With the Shot Podcast, the current logo, it says the Shot Podcast, but it's the Japanese writing below it. The Shot
Yes,
Podcast in
yes.
Japanese.
Like I
That's all it
said,
is. Okay.
this is from my brain. This is all from me. I'm a big anime fan. Have been for a very very long time. So it kind of
Nice.
comes out. It comes out, and I was bouncing some ideas off of Diego, and he just kind of I let him just kind of do whatever. I throw him ideas, and he just takes them and throws them in a blender, and that's what comes out. So and that's kind of what happened. I'm a big My Hero fan. That's kind of where the look of the logo came from, and the actual words underneath actually are, I believe, I guess, shop podcast in that particular language. And that's kind of where he got the whole idea and theme from. But yeah, that's kind of just my other nerd. Shout out to nerds, by the way. But my other nerd side coming out as well. So that's where that came from.
But no, it's a good logo and good look. It is. But yeah, that is. Have you got any other advice for any future podcasters or content creators you want to give? Any? I know you've given a lot of advice. Any other advice you can give out to anyone?
Have fun. Have fun. That's the biggest advice is have fun. Don't forget why you started doing it. It's about the games, it's about the fun, it's about the community and the camaraderie, and don't forget the common denominator, and that's always video games at the end of the day. Don't take any of this stuff seriously. Well, not too seriously, but have fun. Have fun, whatever. That's the biggest thing for me.
Yes, that is exactly great. That's great advice because not being funny. If you look at a lot of YouTube, there is if you probably went back 20 years ago and asked kids what they want to be, they would not say YouTubers. But apparently, there's
No.
been a survey recently, and they've asked, and
Uh-huh.
you reckon like 80% say I want to be a YouTuber,
I believe it.
and they all think you can just make a Fortnite clip and you can become an overnight sensation on YouTube.
It is a
Don't
bit of a it is a bit unrealistic. It is a bit fairy tale.
yeah, I
So
know.
that
I'm
we
on
are
my
our
Lambo. Come on, get my Lambo.
exactly.
You know?
So remember how in our parents' generation it was moved to Hollywood to be an actor and actress, right?
Yeah, it
That was a
was.
dream. Now it's I'm going to be a YouTuber. So that's the next generation's move to Hollywood and be an actor or actress. It's YouTube. So and it's realistic, but it's unrealistic at the same time because not everybody makes it to that level. But
Exactly.
but you
Yeah.
realistically can make it to that level. Like you really can get to that level. It is possible. So
Exactly. No, that is how it works, Judge Silly. You just put a Fortnite clip out and bang, it booms. 2 million views overnight.
exactly. You just never
A
know.
Lamborghini parked in your driveway. That's it. It's
You
that
never
easy.
know. You never know.
Welcome, Goat Force Gaming. Welcome, Deck. I think. Welcome. But no, but a lot of kids do think that, and it's a lot of these things. My son watches a lot of these kids YouTubers, and you look at the content, and a lot of it is it's crap. Literally, they scream down the microphone. There's teenage, 18, 19-year-olds acting like children, and they're getting
Well,
millions upon millions of views. But it works.
hey, I don't listen.
It's like,
To each his own, man. I don't.
yeah,
It's but listen, it's not necessarily our cup of tea. It's
exactly.
different generation, different time. But I understand it. I'm not one of those like guys that I'm shaking my cane like, yeah, I'm just the old like. So I've never been like that. But
Oh,
I
I'm
get
not.
it.
Just
Yeah,
it's,
no,
it's
I'm not
like,
saying you are either.
no.
Not saying you are either. But I'm just saying like I get it though. It's not for everybody. That's for sure. I don't. Some of it I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and change the channel. We're not doing this at all. So I get it.
When my
Um,
son goes dollars, my son says, "There's my dollar." I was like, "No, it's not a dollar. It's a pound. We're in England. Pound sterling. No, it's a dollar." I said, "No, it's not." Like we go to the petrol station in UK, we call it petrol. Diesel, you have diesel, or
yeah,
we're at
yeah.
the gas station. No, we're not.
No,
This is
we're
not the gas station. We're not in America, and that's all from YouTube. That is.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
I'm so
it
sorry,
is.
Stubbs. I'm so sorry.
It is funny though. 'Cause a lot of parents have it because A lot of stuff he watches ain't bad. It's not. There's no swearing in it or anything.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
because they're American, they use different words. But
Yeah.
there's my dollar. Not a dollar. It's a pound.
Yeah, it's
A
completely
dollar's
different.
about 50p.
That's hilarious.
But it's the way world is now. People love you. People can make careers out of YouTubes, and fair play to anyone that ever reaches that level,
Oh,
because it's
absolutely.
not easy to get there. Some people have had the luck and they do it, and they suddenly rise to fame. But some people spent years trying to get there and did get there. And there is some YouTubers that ain't famous, but they just make enough to pay the bills, and that's good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That is actually the dream.
Yep.
People say they want to become YouTubers and make money out of it.
Yep.
If you can pay your bills and stuff and make a bit, you are a full-time YouTuber.
Exactly. You're a full-time
You
YouTuber.
are.
Yep.
Exactly.
And a lot of people put in full-time YouTube work and don't get paid. So
They do.
it's a grind for sure. So
it is. But yeah, that entertained the chat. I thought that was funny.
yeah.
The pound store. Now that's the pound store. Poundland, mate. Masuku. Welcome, Masuku. Poundland. And we've got Pound World.
Oh my god.
These are shops where you can buy stuff for £1. And recently, I can't remember last time I went into a shop. But you can buy. They got like special offers. They started to introduce stuff that weren't £1, and that kicked off. That did when all over the news. You can't sell anything that's more than £1. Yes, we can. It's a special offer. But
that's hilarious.
Indy's opening a new channel.
Oh, nice.
The Pound Store Pickups.
That sounds so horrible. So horrible.
I know. But yeah, no, it's been a good show, PTK. Thanks for coming on.
No, not a problem, man. You're an amazing host. I've had a good time here.
Yeah, I know it's not been as long as normal, but we got through all the questions we needed to know. You've dropped your knowledge on us, which is quite a lot, because compared to a lot of us, we're new compared to you. You've been in the game quite a long time. You are. It's true.
Well, I don't feel like it though. I really don't. So I have fun with it. I don't even. I just try and have fun. But yeah, you look back and it's been 5 years, like you said. That first video you just told me earlier. So, and that's crazy to think about. But yeah, it's been a good ride, and I've had a good time. And this is another chapter, something I can check off the list now. Been a part of stubzcast.
In years to come, when your channel blows up, 2 million subscribers, come back and look at this podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll both be up there. We'll be eye to eye anyway, Stubbs. Don't worry about it. So,
Graphic God, thanks for stopping by, mate.
What's up, Jay? Shout out, Jay, man.
But yeah, no, thanks for stopping by. Do you want to tell people where they can find you? Even though most of them know, but I do put this podcast on to download, so I'm gonna put the hyperlinks in as well. So.
Nice, awesome. So catch me, PTK Blam, at Twitter. That's where you're gonna find the most information about what's going on with me personally, as well as the Shop Podcast. That's at my first name, last name, so it's DARNE REDDICK. So on Twitter. And then, obviously it's a Shop Podcast. That's Saturday, every Saturday, 6 p.m. I know the time changing, so I don't want to say Eastern time.
Yeah, it's a bit weird at the minute.
Yeah, that time literally just changed today.
This time caused a lot of confusion earlier about when the show actually was. But
exactly,
where PTK lives, the time's not actually changed at all.
No, our times don't change. We're in a void of some sort out here in Arizona, and we don't pay attention to any of that other stuff. So. But yeah, that's where you guys can find me. Shop Podcast on YouTube. Hit me up on Xbox Live at PTK Blam. Always on there playing something, more likely Division, Destiny, something like that. Whatever. But appreciate you, Stubbs, man. You're awesome. You do a fantastic job. You guys show Stubbs some love as well. Subscribe to the channel. Leave him a like. All that good stuff. Comment below.
Yeah, thanks for that, mate. It's been a really good chat, it has. And thanks for coming on.
No, not a problem. Anytime, man. Hopefully I'll be back at some point, brother.
Yeah, hopefully, mate. I don't know. Maybe try and get you on midweek gaming, but I don't think that might not be a good time for you in the week. You're probably working and that.
Yeah, it depends. It depends. Some days, but we'll see. It took us a while to get this together, but we'll figure it out.
It did, yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
And thanks everyone for stopping by in the chat. and I'll see you all soon.
Yeah. Peace out, everybody. Y'all
See
have
ya.
a good one.